he wants to push away white's queen somehow, and then maybe to consolidate his position with knight f6 or knight to c5 or something like that. Okay, what do you think? What should white play now? Which options would you consider here being white? As usual, there are a couple of tempting moves for white. Still, you need to keep in mind that general guideline of continuing your attack, putting pressure on black. Like I see that one student suggested queen to g4. Yeah, that's a good idea. The way to go, you increase the pressure onto the e6 pawn. Another student suggested queen to h3. That's also interesting. Yeah, that's another way to increase pressure on the e6 pawn, and it definitely makes sense. In a normal position, that would be the best continuation. But in the actual game, white found just a brilliant shot, which completely demolishes black's position. That's f takes e6. All of a sudden, white is ready to sacrifice his queen. However, it's not that much surprising if you keep in mind that you want to attack. You want to play attacking moves with your every move. And that's where you should try to keep your focus at. The fact is, after bishop takes g3, white obviously recaptures e takes f7. This is check. Black really must go king to h8, going in the corner, because after king f8, white has knight e6 check, winning the queen onto c7. Therefore, king h8 is pretty much forced. No, actually, in the real game, black player just resigned here, which is pretty funny. He just didn't know what to do at all. Anyway, white's position is so powerful that really white is winning. Here white plays knight d5, attacking black's queen, which, by the way, doesn't have so many squares to go to. Here I'd like you to pay attention to the fact that this whole combination was possible only due to the fact that black's bishop is still on c8. If we imagine that this bishop would be standing on the b7, then you see there would be no problems for black at all. He would just capture the knight on d5. This simply highlights the fact that it's very important to develop your attack quickly. Advantage in activity is a temporary advantage, and you need to realize it very quickly. You must make haste and try to get a decisive advantage during the time when your opponent is still down in activity. Here, after knight d5, black can try to do something, maybe queen b7 or something like that, and then white will probably go with knight to e6, creating a lot of different threats. One of them, the most straightforward, is bishop takes g7 mate. The rook on the d8 is hanging. The f7 pawn is being very dangerous for black, and on the top of that, the bishop on the g3 is still hanging.